Welcome, welcome, welcome to the 100 Black Men of Omaha's 19th Annual Men of Honor Awards Gala. This year's theme is Answering the Call, and tonight we pause to celebrate the impact the 100 Black Men of Omaha Incorporated has made in our community since 1995. We are truly honored and excited that you chose to join us this evening to celebrate. Now, without further ado, please help me welcome the Reverend Dr. Selwyn Q. Backus, Senior Pastor of the Salem Baptist Church, for tonight's invocation.
Again, Lord, we are grateful and thankful this day for the opportunity to gather among these, your people. We pray your blessings upon our time together, that you receive glory, that good will be done in your name. We pray that you bless the food that has been prepared, and the hands that have prepared it, and the bodies that will receive it. We ask it in the name of our living Savior, Jesus the Christ. And the people of God said together, amen. Amen.
Pastor Backus, thank you. Now, if you could please stand for the presentation of the colors as we welcome the color guard from Omaha North High School. Yes, go ahead, go ahead. And as they come to the stage, get ready to enjoy the sweet sounds of Tim Clark and Corday Taylor as they sing the U.S. National Anthem and the Black National Anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming on the Rockies red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, see, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? O'er the land of the free,
leadership, community, and I'm proud to serve as your board president. Advanced mentorship and opportunities for our youth. Our mission and impact has been celebrated for the 3 last decades of mentorship, uplifting, educating, and empowering our youth. With our guiding principles, what they see is what they'll be, changing lives and investing in a brighter future. Our celebration tonight is to honor our mentees with education, career insight, and lifelong skills. With that, steady mentoring and support and committed to our youth, our fundraising purpose to give hope and opportunity and to inspire for their full potential. So I would like to just recognize a couple people in the room. We have our national chairman here, Brother Milton Jones. Will you please stand to acknowledge, give him a hand. Also, I would like to recognize our past executive directors. Will you please stand? Who I have in the room? I know Richard, where is Richard? Richard, Arthur. Okay, you can sit down, James. Here you go. And also, I would like the brothers of the 100 to please stand. Please give them a round of applause. So now it is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you the honorary chair for this evening. An outstanding leader, a dedicated advocate for the community, and a dear friend of mine, Mr. Jamie Walker.
Good evening. As Brian had mentioned, my name is Jamie Walker. I'm the honorary chair for this evening. And I'd first like to say thank you to Brian and the whole board for inviting me to participate in tonight's gala. It's been an honor, and I'm humbled to be a servant for the 100 Black Men. Admittingly, when Brian and I first talked, I felt a little bit uncomfortable because I hadn't really gotten invested like I have the past year. And after diving in with not only Brian, but Christopher and Shannon and Dell, and spent a lot of time on the mission and the work that's being done, I can't tell you how impressed I am with the impact that 100 Black Men are making in our community. So I feel blessed, I feel honored to be part of this, and I can't thank you enough. I'd like to thank all the mentors for the work that they do, the mentees, the parents, the volunteers, and the donors and the supporters. We wouldn't be here tonight without your help, and I look forward to not only being tonight's honorary chair, but carrying forward the tradition and helping for as long as I'm invited to help. So thank you all, and have a great evening.
Well, please give a round of applause now for Trayton Marshall and Damon Strong as they come to share a 100 Black Men impact story.
My name is Damon Strong, and I'm a proud member of the 100 Black Men of Omaha. It is truly an honor to stand up here before you to recognize this special young man, Trayton Marshall. And you know, I got all these papers up here, and I'm looking and folding over, and then I see this video. And honestly, that's what it's all about. And so I'd just like to tell to you a little bit about the evolution of Trayton and I's relationship. When Trayton and I first met, first thing I saw was his competitive side. He loved basketball, and so do I. He was guarded, like a lot of young folks are at first. And he was very focused, very intense, I would say. For a person his age, he was just always measuring himself against others, so focused on succeeding. And he was really hard on himself when he didn't accomplish some personal goals. From our initial conversations, I could tell he was intelligent, kind, hardworking, very spiritual, and that he loved God. That struck me most. He had a passion for God. I just want to talk a few things about Trayton's most recent accomplishments. He and I's relationship started in 2020 during COVID. And as you know, a lot of folks struggled during COVID. And so Trayton, like a lot of folks, struggled. I watched Trayton transfer to high schools. I don't say that as a knock. I say that to say this. He graduated from Omaha South in 2024, first on the honor rolls and a member of the National Honor Society. He played varsity basketball and he lettered. He's a young man with high character. He just returned from Florida with his church to help with the hurricane relief. How many young folks you know went to hurricane? This summer, he also started his own basketball team. He started his own basketball team. Coordinating practices, games, and also starring on that team. Trayton pays his own way. Up until recently, he's had 2 jobs that he works consistently and constantly. I think he works too much sometimes. Through each challenge in life, life has presented him, I've watched him grow and become more and more confident. What truly sets Trayton apart is his ability to never ever give up. Like I stated before, Trayton struggled at times with his mental health, and he's focused on a lot of things that he may or may not be accomplishing, and also focusing on what others think of him. But I have to hand it to Trayton. When he recognizes these things, he makes adjustments. He recently quit a job because it wasn't good for his mental health. A lot of folks don't realize when things aren't good for you, you keep doing them, you get further and further down that path. He recognizes those things. Trayton is a natural leader, and learning who he is and believing that he has something to offer this world. He's very thoughtful, he's structured, and relies on himself. He has a high level of integrity and does not succumb to peer pressure. I would say Trayton is an old soul. He's very wise, always thinks before he responds. He had no idea what I was going to say up here. Nothing. As Trayton continues to grow, I'm excited to see what's next in his life journey. He's getting ready to take some classes at Metro, but ultimately, Trayton wants to study business and sports management, which will hopefully lead him to law school. Whatever Trayton decides to do, I have no doubt that he will make a significant impact because he already has, especially on me. So tonight, let's congratulate Trayton Marshall, and may your future be as bright as your dedication that you show to yourself each and every day.
Check. Hello, everyone. My name is Trayton Marshall. I've been a member of 100 Black Men of Omaha for several years, and I'm a recent high school grad. I almost did not attend today. Although I was greatly honored for the invite, I at first declined the invitation. Today I'll be sharing with you the reasons why I almost was not here tonight, and the reason why I changed my mind. First, I want to thank the 100 Black Men of Omaha organization and my mentor, Mr. Damon Strong. For encouraging me to be here and to have the confidence to share my story, well, part of my story. Mr. Strong has done so much for me. When I was at my lowest mentally, he would take me out to dinner and he would say, "You want to go get some food?" In fact, he even helped me fund my most recent mission trip with my church. I'm grateful to be a part of an organization full of inspirational leaders and hope to inspire others someday, just like they have inspired me. I almost did not make it tonight because I felt I wasn't worthy to get up and speak to you, because I felt like I wasn't where I wanted to be in life. Some of you who know me know that I've struggled with mental health for most of my life. Most of my mental health struggles come from trying to discover my worth through achievements. I spent 4 years of my high school career chasing the success that is based off what others think, instead of attempting to be the best version of myself. My freshman year, I was passionate about basketball. I didn't make the varsity team. I didn't make the JV team. I didn't even make the freshman A team. I was on the freshman B team. I grinded it out, and by the senior year, I started varsity. My freshman year, I had a 2.5 GPA. The next year, I had a 4.0 both semesters. But at the end of the day, this meant nothing to me because I was still chasing approval and validation from others. The reason why I almost did not share is because I wanted to attend a university, and I felt like I was unworthy to share because I'm currently not attending a university. As I got closer to that time, I began to realize that I wasn't ready to go to college because I was going to leave my family, and to be honest, I wasn't mentally stable enough to be around anybody. Therefore, I decided to take a gap year to build my confidence and mental strength so I can be stable enough to succeed. With the help of my mentor, 100 Black Men in Omaha, and my mom, she's somewhere, I learned to accept that I'm worthy and do deserve to be here, that my story does matter. To be transparent with you, I spent these last 6 months trying to maintain my mental health. Not 6 months, a couple months. Strengthening my relationship with God, and honestly just trying to make it through each day. I've been making mistakes as I go. I want to be honest with you, because I know there are Black men struggling in silence like I have been. We are living in a society that tells us every day that Black men only matter if they have 6 figures, or they're celebrities, or they're Division I athletes. Even then, it still feels like our worth is at the mercy of another man's hands. These last few months, I've been learning to show myself grace, trying to figure out how to love myself and accept myself for who I am and not what I accomplish. I want to tell this room that Black men are worthy, Black men deserve respect, Black men deserve grace, and Black men deserve acceptance. And that is okay. It is okay to take care of yourself. It is okay to get therapy. As a Black man, it's okay to get therapy. Also, you don't have to live up to the world's expectations. Everyone has a unique purpose that they're called to. Just keep searching. Lauren, all right, I didn't add this, but I wanted to add it. All right. My favorite artist, Lauren Hill. What you want might make you cry, but what you need might pass you by if you don't catch it. But what you need, ironically, will turn out what you want to be if you just let it. So let God's purpose work in your life and what He needs for you to do, and you end up loving it. mentor and admire the confidence he has. His achievements are admirable as well, but what most inspires me is who he is as a person and how he is comfortable with who he is and what he stands for. Thank you, Mr. Strong, and to all the other mentors in here who are true to who they are. Thank you.
Trayton, I want you to stop Trayton. Look at this. You considered not coming, but look how glad we are that you came and shared your story. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you so much for showing up. We cannot wait to see where you end up, Trayton. Thank you, thank you. We are so very honored to have Mr. Marcus Strother here to present and be this year's keynote speaker. Marcus Strother is the Executive Director of Mentor California, which is an affiliate of the National Mentor Partnership. This collective serves as the unifying champion for expanding quality mentoring relationships for young people all over the world. Now, under his leadership, he has established partnerships with, check this out, the Golden State Warriors, Sacramento Kings, Starbucks Foundation, and the Los Angeles Dodgers Foundation. They had a good year, right? Marcus is a leading expert in the field of mentoring for Black male youth. He is a father, he is a husband, an educator, and a youth and community advocate. Marcus has dedicated his entire life to supporting youth. And we are so grateful to have him here with us this evening. Before we get to our dynamic speaker tonight, you are in for a real treat. How many of you were here last year? Okay. So we're gonna introduce her to some of you. But if you were here last year, you remember Jade Dorsey. Jade is a student at St. Pius, St. Leo Elementary School. She is an award-winning pageant contestant and a phenomenal singer. And she recently sang for the Democratic Party and Vice Presidential candidate Tim Walz at a rally here in Omaha. Tonight, she's performing for us. Miss Jade Dorsey as she sings "A Change Is Gonna Come" by the late great Sam Cooke.
When Christopher first reached out to me and talked to me about answering the call, I had some things that I wanted to say to y'all. But I'm gonna be honest, Tuesday night happened. Things changed in my mindset about what I was gonna say to y'all tonight. And I just want us to be honest about where we are in these spaces. I've been doing this work for 27 years. If you didn't just see from the two young people that came on this stage, not only do our black boys matter, our black girls matter, and they are beautiful. They are joyful experiences every day. My mentor, Sean Dove, used to run the campaign for Black Male Achievement. He says this to this day: nobody is coming to save us. We are the iconic heroes that we are looking for. I'm gonna say that again because I think y'all missed it. Nobody is coming to save us. We are the iconic heroes that we are looking for. So it started making me think about this really simple saying: we invest in what we care about. So my question for you today is, how will you invest? I see hundreds of people in this space today who are telling me that they care about black boys. But I'm curious as to how you will invest. So when we think about that, today we're in a special place where we get the opportunity to do donations. Don't laugh at me, Brian. I'm going somewhere with it. I see you. I love that gold tie. And when we think about this idea of donations, most of us are here today probably thinking about donating in one of two ways. Some of us, we will donate and invest with our time. Now, if you haven't done it already, there's a space outside these doors with a QR code where you can go out and scan it, and you can become a mentor today. What I know from having conversation with Christopher is there are young people on the wait list for 100 right now, because there's not enough mentors in the space. So you can go outside, scan the QR code and get halfway there, because now you get to sign up. And that's beautiful. We appreciate your sign up. But what I'm talking to you about tonight is you gotta go further in this work. Because if you're investing your time, it can't just be about the sign up. It has to be about how you show up. Now see, there's folks with 100 that are here today who are mentors. Paid your dues, ready to go. But the question is, are we investing through imagery or action? Because young people don't need you just to sign up, they need you to show up. That young man talked about Mr. Strong. If y'all didn't hear what he said to you, he showed up. And sometimes we overthink the idea of showing up. Showing up isn't always about helping a young person go from a 1.4 to a 4.0. Sometimes it's take that young brother to eat. Take them to the park. Let them cry with you. So when we think about this idea of donation, are you investing your time in a way where not only you are signing up, but you're showing up? Now there's another donation that's going to happen tonight, and And we hope that's going to be a donation that's going to be great for us, right, Christopher? We got a nice little goal. 75,000, am I right with that goal? 75,000, that's what we're trying to raise. That ain't more, we're going to go past that. We're going to go past that today? Yes? Yeah, you shaking your head just because I'm pointing you out and you don't want to look at you. See like that. You're like, yeah, sure. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you. But we do have folks that are here today that are going to donate their money. And what many of you may not understand is the nonprofit struggle and the culture of grind and hustle is real. Oftentimes we believe folks in the nonprofit space shouldn't really have a great salary, shouldn't really have a lot of staff. They're doing people's work. That's not true. We need people who are going to show up and create sustainable donations that will allow 100 to outlast Chris, outlast another 30 years, be here 300 years from now to be able to make sure our black boys have what they need. And I ask that you be okay with giving those donations, sometimes recognizing that this donation isn't about raising their GPA. It's not about attendance in school. And I'm saying this to you as someone who was a high school teacher for 8 years. I was a high school principal for 9 years. Sometimes our babies don't need to worry about academics, they need to worry about life. Sometimes we put young people in these boxes and we talk about, well, they're 15, oh, they don't understand. Some of these young people have been through more life than some of us at 40, 50, 60 years old. Life data matters. And we have to understand that sometimes your donation is just about creating an opportunity. Your opportunity is the outcome. If you can get young people to be able to leave Omaha and recognize that there is something past their 4 blocks, that's an opportunity, that is now an outcome. Because now they can see past this and then see them come back to Omaha and give back. But they're gonna learn that from you all. Right now, my adults in the room, you're the model. And I wanna say something to you. A teacher, coach, mentor that is not their own best model is really just a hypocrite with a little bit of dictatorship. I'm gonna say that one more time, because I know somebody missed it. Or you might want to tweet it later. So I'm gonna make sure that you got it. A teacher, coach, mentor that is not their own best model is really just a hypocrite with a little bit of dictatorship. I'll make it simple for you. Don't tell the babies they need to drink more water with a Diet Coke sitting on your table. They are watching you. They are trying to understand at 15, how do I be at 30? What do I do at 40? I'm watching you. I would tell my teachers that all the time. The young people are learning from you right now. So if you are investing, if you are donating, is your time what you're donating through showing up? And are you creating sustainable donations and funding that allow Christopher to be able to thrive, to allow the mentors to be able to thrive, to be able to see this organization outlast another 30, 40, 50 years because nobody's coming to save us. Now there is another donation that you will be giving if you don't decide to do those two. If we don't take the time to invest and to teach our black boys how to read, you are donating them to a capitalistic society that does not care if they live or die. I'm gonna say that again. You are donating our black boys to a capitalistic society that does not care if they live or die. If you do not invest or teach our young black boys that they have a different emotion inside of them that is not anger. You're not angry, young man, you're just embarrassed. Let me help you understand that emotion. You're not angry, young man. You just confused because you thought that was your boy and you was trying to holler at old girl and he put you on Front Street. Why you do that? You're not mad. You just confused. I thought we was dudes. What we doing? But we don't teach our young boys those emotions. We don't help them understand that joy is real. So if we don't take the time to invest and teach our young black boys that emotions are real and this is how you work through them, you are donating them to a capitalistic society that is ready to put them in prison. I could pull up all kind of data points that'll help, but I think we know that our black boys are dying at a very high rate. I think we know that our black men are dying at a very high rate. If we do not teach, if we do not invest, I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna say this here. I speak all across the country. And I go in rooms just like this, and this one statement is real everywhere I go. There are black men and boys in this room right now that have never heard someone say to them, I love you. I'm proud of you. There are black men and boys in this room right now who have never heard someone say to them, I love you. If we do not teach them that it is okay to explore love. Bell Hooks said this, and you're going to hear me talk about Bell in a moment, one of my favorite authors. She says, one of the secrets that we keep in society is that men truthfully want to be loved. Did y'all hear what Trayton said? Some of y'all out here moving in this way, you feel like the only way you're worthy is if you're doing something. Ain't nobody taught you how to be a human being. You're too busy being a human doing. Some of us don't know how to just sit down. I just shared a song with my guy back there, Thomas. Sit yourself down. Look it up on Apple Music. It's a beautiful song talking about mental health. He is not the only black boy or black man who feels like my worth only comes from me giving you some type of action. We need to teach and invest in helping our black boys understand that it's okay to just be. It's okay, Trayton, to say, man, my mental health ain't okay. I need help. My son is in therapy right now. I lost my little brother a year ago, 38 years old, to a heart attack, his favorite uncle. It's a struggle for him. But we have to be okay, one, by modeling, and also by teaching what that looks like. Is somebody in here struggling right now? Look across the table. You'll see it. Can we hug each other? Simple stuff. Me and my best friend don't get off the phone without saying I love you. Man, it's okay to say I love you to another man and not finish with no homo. I love you, no homo though. What? Y'all know y'all didn't listen. My man sit back there with them. Me and every time we get off the phone, we text, I love you, brother. Because what we don't know is if that was the last one. He said, amen. That means y'all supposed to play something. I was good. All right, I'll take it. Crystal didn't tell me we was going to have an amen corner over there. put the slide up for me, please? So Bell Hooks was asked one time by a gentleman, he said, well, can you help me understand exactly what love is? Bell Hooks very simply said, love is a combination of care, commitment, knowledge, responsibility, respect, and trust. Now I want y'all to think about Mr. Strong. Mr. Strong, can you stand up for me for a moment? I'm gonna put you on the spot. You didn't know I was gonna do this. I'll pay you a little something later. I don't know what it's gonna be. Now I want y'all to think about trading what he said. Mr. Strong has showed him knowledge, given him knowledge. He's been committed. He showed up. He didn't just sign up, he showed up. If y'all didn't hear today that Mr. Strong and Trayton care not only about each other, but they have learned to grow and care about themselves as well. They trust each other. They respect each other. Mr. Strong came up here. Trayton didn't know what he was going to say, but he rolled with it. He's like, yeah, I did. Yeah, that's me. Maybe. But I think what I want to say most to you is Strong, and I want to applaud you. This is what we don't do enough. We spend too many times waiting until someone passes before we give them their flowers. Brother, I want to give you your flowers today. We don't often take the time to be able to say to someone, man, I'm proud of you. Even if they're older or younger. Brother Strong, I'm proud of you. I appreciate you showing up. Trayton, I'm proud of you. Your vulnerability was amazing. And just because we got a lot of black girl magic in here today, where is Jay? Where's she sitting? I didn't see where she went to. She left us somewhere. There we go. Come on, she stood up too. She's like, yeah. See me. Don't sit down. Try to sit down. How many of y'all actually, just by show of hands, how many of y'all actually know how that song came to be? Couple people. All right. So I want to help you understand something. So one of my mentors is Ambassador Shabazz. Does anybody know who Ambassador Shabazz is? Ambassador Shabazz is the oldest daughter of Malcolm X. Malcolm X is a mentor of mine. Young people, your mentors don't have to be physically in front of you. Watch a video, read a book. Put on a podcast. What I want you to understand, Jade, is right now, the song that, I don't know if you chose that, I don't know if somebody told you to sing that, but I want you to understand that Malcolm X said to Sam Cooke, it's cute that you keep singing all these songs that a whole lot of other folks, some of them that don't look like us, enjoy. I'm gonna be honest, we're gonna be real tonight. I need you to sing something that's gonna help our people understand who we are and where we need to move to. If I had the opportunity to be able to play music, we play Sam Cooke. We play a little, Thomas gonna love this, little Frankie Beverly and Mays before I let go. Some of y'all, if you hip hop heads, turn on Kendrick Lamar. Did y'all hear what he said? Long as God got us, we gonna be all right. So I just want to give you flowers, Jay, because listen, when you started singing that song, I cried a little bit. It didn't come out a lot, but I started. Beautiful job. Y'all give her flowers. Sir, will you bring up that second slide for me, please? Now, Christopher, I don't have no timer on, so, you know, throw your hand up or something. Piece of paper, right? 2 minutes. One of the things that we started thinking about was how do we ground radical love in youth mentoring? Part of grounding radical love in youth mentoring is also understanding radical rest. Just by show of hands, how many people took a nap today? There we go. Listen, for some of us, I'm 49 years old, I ain't gonna lie. If you wanted me to make it this long, I was taking a nap today. That was gonna happen. But young people, we need y'all also to understand that radical rest is a form of resistance. Stop letting people tell you that your body has to be used and abused in order for you to mean something. At Mentor California, I share this openly. My staff, we don't work on Fridays. We can get done what we need to get done Monday through Thursday. Take that 3 day every week. I don't need to work you like that. Some of y'all know y'all got office jobs right now. Don't be doing nothing. Sitting there, I done answered all my emails. Ooh, girl, you see this on Instagram? They got this thing called Christmas crack. We need to make that. That's a good listen. Like, are you supposed to be working? No. I ain't got nothing else to do. I'm gonna ride this out from 12:30 to 3 till they tell me I can go. So, all right, you can bring the slide back up. I'm sorry. So one of the things that we want y'all to think about is love is action. Love is action. Thinking about that, right? These are the pillars that Bell Hooks lifts up when she talks about love. So love is action. Challenging oppression. I don't even think I need to get too deep into that. But I do want to say this. Education as a practice of freedom. How many educators we got in the room today? Raise your hand. There we go. I love my teachers. Come on now. 22 years in public school. I want y'all to understand something. Schooling is compliance. Education is liberation. I'm gonna say that again, y'all missed that. Schooling is compliance. Education is liberation. See, I'm that teacher Fox News warned you about. Parents either wanted their kids in my classroom or they didn't. Because I was gonna help their kids understand some stuff. We're gonna be honest today. So we need to think about education as a practice of freedom. So this is that part I keep going back to Mr. Strong and Trading, but thinking about mutual growth and respect. See, I'm hearing a whole lot about mentoring, mentors, who we are, what this means to us. I want us to also understand that if you are doing this work of mentoring the right way, as a mentor, you're going to get just as much out of this as the young person is. Young people know some stuff. Sometimes young people mentor you in a way you didn't even recognize it until you walk away. Let me tell y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all a very short story. Somebody broke in my car, stole my laptop. One of my mentees said, did you lock it? I was like, lock my laptop? I don't know how to do that. She was like, Shirley, just go on to find my app. And then all you gotta do is open it. Look, stop saying all you gotta do. I'm old, I don't understand what you're saying. Right? But I did. Not only did she teach me how to lock it, she said you can leave a message. So if they do open it up, you can be like, can't get in here. I was like, great. Thank you, Taryn. And Stanford education is coming into a really good way of usage. But I'm just saying, if you are doing this the right way, as a mentor, you're gonna get just as much out of this as the young person is. And the last part of this is empathy and understanding. See, empathy, we get confused sometimes. There's a couple statements that I don't enjoy. We need to stop telling people, you need to walk a mile in their shoes, then you'll understand. Nah, just believe their story. If a young person come up to you and tell you their story, believe their story. That's what we got to figure out. And we got to think about our language and the way that we deliver things to young people. We don't need to always have the same reference points as you to be a mentor in your space. We need to understand that we don't always have to have a male with a male. Because I see some black women in here who I know can make sure our black boys get what they need. So I want you to understand that if Christopher gets to a point where he's like, I don't need no mentors right now, we good. Wait list is taken care of, 100 is good. Then go find Mentor Nebraska. Ask them, what other organizations are in the city of Omaha where I could go and be a mentor? If y'all don't know who Mentor Nebraska is, Susie, Missy, y'all back there, yep, raise your hand, y'all go find them, they'll talk all about it. That's their purpose. So I just want y'all to understand there are different ways for us to be able to connect. Sir, can you bring up that third slide for me? So connecting this and activating radical love, thinking through this in youth mentoring, you will see that we have the 5 other pillars that we have connected to bell hooks. And I'm not going to sit here and read through all of those for you because you can see them. But I want to continue to think about how do we invest. We can sign up, but we got to show up. If we're going to donate, let's donate for real.
Well, tonight we have gathered to recognize 2 remarkable individuals who have answered the call to uplift youth right here in our community. What an honor it is to etch 2 more names into the history books as we recognize the 2024 Men of Honor. At this time, Mr. Kenzo Harris will come to introduce our award recipients. Please give him a round of applause.
Good evening. My name is Kenzo Harris, and I am a freshman at Brownell Talbot College Preparatory School. I am also a 100 Black Men of Omaha mentee. I am so grateful to be here with you tonight to present the prestigious Men of Honor Award to 2 individuals who truly embodied this evening's theme, answering the call. First, I'd like to recognize Mr. Terrence Crawford. Mr. Crawford, a proud Omaha native, is not only the best fighter in the boxing world today, but perhaps the best of this generation. In addition to his Hall of Fame career, Mr. Crawford has a Hall of Fame character and commitment to uplifting his community. A fierce competitor in the ring and a champion outside of it, Mr. Crawford has not only brought pride to our community with his accomplishments, but has shown unwavering commitment to making a difference. Mr. Crawford's journey to the top of the boxing world is well known. His determination, resilience, and discipline have made him a world champion and a role model for many. But what's truly inspiring is his dedication to giving back. He has answered the call to uplift his hometown, especially our youth. Mr. Crawford has shown that he is not just fighting for titles, he's fighting for opportunity, hope, and a brighter future for the next generation. Mr. Crawford has proven that champions are not just built in the ring, they are built by the impact they leave on the world.
You know, I have a lot of mentors that took me and grabbed me from the streets and, you know, guided me through life and told me and showed me the right things to do and the wrong things not to do because they've been here before and they know that I headed down the wrong path. It means a lot, you know, in a way, I felt like I should have been one. You know, I've been a couple of the 100 Black Men here, with Richard Webb and Monty Cannon and a couple other fellas. So, you know, I'm very aware of 100 Black men, and I'm honored to accept the award. But I just tell them, you know, keep your head high, stay focused, stay dedicated, and shoot for the stars. You know, don't take no for an answer, and just, you know, follow your heart and your dreams, and just go for it. I would just tell them thank you, and let them know that they appreciate it. Often the guys, the women that are doing things the right way and from the heart, and that's making a big impact. They don't never get the shine, the limelight like they normally should, being that, you know, we're in the social media era. But, you know, just know that y'all appreciate it, and y'all are doing a great thing with the youth, and then later on, well, thank you as well. legacy will be, set aside boxing about how great of a father I was, how great of a person I was for the kids and the youth. I think that would be my legacy, set aside boxing. I think boxing is used as a tool to create other avenues in life. And I think my mission is to expand the youth in a way that I wasn't able to have when I was, coming up. So I put my energy and time in that. My favorite part of mentorship is seeing the growth of the youth. See all the hard work that you put in a kid pays off. When you take a troubled kid that's living at home with no father figure and mother is working 9 to 5, so she's not there all the time, and he's troubling him. You grab him by the shoulders and you tell him, hey, come on, I'm gonna take you under my wing. And then you start seeing that turnover, and that kid becomes something. You can't save them all, but if you can save one, you're doing a great thing.
Mr. Crawford inspires all of us here in Omaha and far beyond. But as many of you know, Mr. Crawford's impact stretches well beyond the ring. He has answered the call not only by supporting initiatives here at home, but also by reaching out to the youth across the globe. In fact, he couldn't be here with us tonight because he's currently out of the country, answering the call once again, uplifting and empowering young people in Africa. Even from afar, Mr. Crawford wanted us to know how much he values this recognition. He made sure that his family was here this evening to accept the award on his behalf. So, it is with great pride that we present this award to Mr. Crawford, a true champion who continues to fight for opportunity and hope for our youth. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Crawford's family to the stage to accept this award on his behalf. Our next Medal of Honor awardee is someone who continues to go above and beyond to make sure that our entire community is a better place for our youth. Originally from Nigeria, our awardee has brought a wealth of knowledge, compassion, and resilience with him to Nebraska. Now serving as the interim chancellor for the University of Nebraska Medical Center, he holds a significant responsibility. Yet, his dedication to service and mentorship remains at the heart of everything he does. While he enjoys his leadership role, including the visioning, planning, and implementing of new programs that move the UNMC academic mission forward, Dr. Davies has never forgotten his first love, caring and advocating for children everywhere. Despite a demanding schedule, he constantly finds ways to give back, uplifting the Nebraska community in ways that are deeply impactful and often unseen. From Nigeria to Nebraska, Dr. Davies has woven himself into the fabric of this community, not as a visitor, but as a vital member, giving generously of his time, expertise, and support. For anyone who has spent any amount of time in his presence, you can attest to the fact that he radiates a spirit of humility that enriches all those around him. He has been a steady hand and a compassionate heart for those in need, from patients and students to community members and our very own mentees. Whether he's providing mentorship or medical guidance, he exemplifies the spirit of servant leadership that this award is all about. The 100 Black Men of Omaha is honored to count him as one of their own, and they are truly grateful for his involvement and his powerful example of never being too busy to make a difference in the lives of our youth. Dr. Davies, you are truly answering the call for young men like me, and for that, we are all indebted to you.
That was inspired by the mission of the 100 Black Men, which is to inspire and to help the youth to be respectful, responsible, and ready to lead members of the community. And given that I was already quite involved in mentoring a lot of young people in the community, and I was quite involved in the Boys and Girls Clubs, which sort of were the younger kids, it just seemed like a natural opportunity for me to continue to help mentor and lead within the community. Well, it's an incredible honor, not so much the recognition, but the opportunity to be able to, first of all, join an incredible group of prior recipients of this award who come from different walks of life, attorneys, public servants, teachers, business people. But I really think the more important thing is just to be able to be counted and pointed to by other young people who are coming up who can say, if he can do that, so can I. I think anytime I can help inspire somebody in the community to really become what they want to be, or even think that they can achieve more than they ever thought, then I think that to me that makes it worthwhile. My call is that there are so many young people in our community who have incredible potential, and all they need is somebody within the community to sort of say, I see in you someone who can become, you can fill in the blank, a doctor, a lawyer, a policeman, a teacher, etc. I think there's so many young people who just need someone who can notice their potential and say, I'll come alongside you and help you accomplish your goals. And I really challenge all the other young men here or men here to really think about how they can give back to help that next generation of leaders be developed, which will make our community an even more special place than it currently is. Well, it's an extraordinary privilege to be asked to lead this incredible organization. It's a place I've worked at for the last 12 years. I have a lot of respect and admiration for the men, women who work here. The leadership team that we have, I believe, is second to none, and having the ability to train the next generation of healthcare providers for the state of Nebraska is an incredible responsibility, which I take very seriously, and I feel like we are very privileged to be asked to do by the citizens of Nebraska. So, in my role, I get to work with about 7,000 employees here, and we have almost 5,000 students, and we have a budget that's just over $1 billion, and we have so many people who we indirectly or directly employ within the state of Nebraska. So it's an incredible responsibility, but as I said, it's really very exciting because it's an incredible team of people that I have who come alongside and we do it together.
On behalf of our mentoring organization, it is my great honor to present the 2024 Men of Honor Award to Dr. Davies. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Davies on this well-deserved honor.
Congratulations again to Dr. Davies and Terrence Crawford. And to Mr. Enzo Harris for doing such a good job making the presentation. Now it is my honor to introduce to you the 100 Black Men of America National Chairman, Mr. Milton H. Jones Jr. He will share more about 100 Black Men and present the Thomas W. Dortch Jr. Mentor of the Year Award.
We have had a tremendous night. Can we give all the honorees another round of applause? In all seriousness, these are very important times. We've heard some incredible messages as well about the impact of the work that we do.
and why we do it. 60 years ago, a group of men in New York came together and said, we've had enough, we've seen enough, and we've talked enough. Let's do something to change what we see and make things better. That was the founding of this organization, the 100 Black Men. Now, that was the 100 Black Men of New York, who later, along with several other chapters, formed the 100 Black Men of America, some years later, in fact, in the late 1980s. Next year, though, the 100 Black Men of America, Inc. will be 40 years old, and it will include great chapters like this, doing the tremendous work that you heard of tonight. And that work we know that we can't take lightly, and we know that it makes a huge difference. We're an organization that's committed to the empowerment and uplifting of vulnerable communities across the nation, with a focus on African American youth in particular. Recently, we spent a lot of time reaching out as a nonpartisan organization to help you create a record voter turnout with the initiative called Real Men Vote in 27 cities. Our focus was not on who to vote for, but that people vote. When we look at the results of this pivotal election, as individuals, mentors, and leaders, we have to keep our focus on the work of the 100 as a guide to overcoming challenges and recognizing opportunities. We are the largest network of African American male mentors in America. We work to improve the quality of life for the communities that we serve. That is what we do. That is the work of the 100. As African Americans, business leaders, professionals, and citizens, we remain steadfast in our belief in the promise of the U.S. Constitution and the pledge that we all share as a nation. We recognize the importance of coming together under shared values and are committed to the progress of our communities and our country. And so we work closely with partners who recognize the importance of our work, and we're grateful for that to be the case. We work collectively to transform the lives of underrepresented and disenfranchised youth with a focus on African American youth. And this is who we are. We also have to recognize that some of us have already encountered situations where some of our mentors and mentees are struggling to cope with the results of federal, state, and local elections that may not have resulted in outcomes they voted for. This is the first time some of our mentees have voted in their lives, and they're struggling with that. We need to listen. We need to understand their feelings. We cannot just idly dismiss it and say, hey, it's just one of those things. We know that that's an important part of our work, and as we intently listen, as our brother said earlier, don't just kind of have your ears there, be there. Don't be located, be present. And as we're present in those dialogues, we need to help them cope with disappointment if that's what they have, but importantly, encourage them to retain faith in the process. Most importantly, we need to make sure that they remain confident and steadfast in exercising their right to vote in future elections. And so, since we are an organization deeply rooted in the pursuit of justice and equality, we're committed to work with all elected officials to protect the rights of people in the communities we serve. We hope to partner on policies and initiatives that ensure fairness, protect civil liberties, and provide equal access to opportunities for all citizens, especially those historically marginalized. We'll keep an watchful eye on the programs and policies that are proposed and enacted for opportunities that can benefit our communities, as well as any programs and policies that threaten the progress of our youth and our communities. Keeping our attention on the actions of our nation's leaders and using our voice to hold them accountable is simply good citizenship. These actions are a continuation of the diligent work of our ancestors who worked so hard to help us have these important civil rights. And as we move forward as a nation, we call for unity and a commitment to bridging divides. The challenges ahead are great, but we're hopeful that through cooperation and respectful collaboration, we can work together to make progress for all Americans. We remain dedicated to fostering opportunities for African Americans and protecting the rights of all people. And we look forward to working with the new administration and all elected leaders to achieve this vision. We are people who work. We are people who commit. We are people who make a difference in the communities we live in and the communities around us. These are important responsibilities that we take on very seriously when we agree to wear this pin. And in so doing, while I know we've talked about a lot of things that we can celebrate, we're finding that we have to make sure we're also reaching out to our young people and to each other to recognize that we have work ahead, and that work continues. You see the impact of it. You've seen it tonight. We can't drop that because of one event or another. It's too important. And so our focus continues to be on the work of the 100, the people that we serve, and the difference that we make. And that is, you're the first to hear this message from our national office, because it was crafted this morning before I got here by me. And I hope that it doesn't put a damper on things, but I also insist that we be aware. Being awake is not a sin. Being awake is important. Words are used in negative ways that should be positive. We awaken our young people. We want them to be woke. We want them to be aware of what's going on around them. Not to be negative, but to be positive. So it is in that spirit that we serve, and we serve to make this country better. We serve to make Omaha better, Atlanta better, New York better, and every other city, and the 100 chapters that we have across the U.S., as well as the one in London and the one in Turks and Caicos. 102 chapters strong, we're committed to making a difference and making the world a better place. And we're proud of being who we are and doing what we do. Thank you for the opportunity to talk to you about the work. Now, as national chair, some of you know, some of you don't, that I succeeded a true icon. Your Mentor of the Year award is named after him. His name is Thomas W. Dortch, Jr. He was like a brother to me. He was like a mentor to me. He was many things to me. I served as his treasurer for 6 years, and was treasurer before him for 3. And I listened to him after a number of conversations and ran for chair and was elected. I'm very glad that I did. It's been a true labor, but a true labor of love. And so I'm very pleased that you've named the award after him. And I want to talk about the person that you've honored to receive the award. Because at the core of the 100 Black Men's mission is a dedication to mentorship. And with this in mind, the 100 Black Men of Omaha, Inc. holds this next award as one of its highest honors that can be bestowed upon a mentor in our community. Tonight I've got the honor of presenting the 2024 Mentor of the Year Award to someone who truly deserves it. When I think about mentoring, I think about Thomas W. Dortch. There was never a conversation he wouldn't have. He was never too busy, no matter how busy he was, to stop and have a conversation to encourage a young person. Or for that matter, to encourage a grown person. We talk about mentoring across a lifetime. And it truly is across a lifetime. If you've succeeded in your career and somebody's rising in theirs, they probably need to ask you some questions. And Tommy was the kind of person who would do that, and to make sure that he was helping others out. Your winner this year is the same way. Mentors give us guidance, support, and the confidence to keep going, even when things get tough. They help us dream bigger, believe we can achieve these dreams, and tonight's awardee does all that and so much more. This year's Mentor of the Year is someone who shows up, not just once in a while, but every single time. We talked about that earlier as well. Showing up is critical, but showing up again is even more critical. Starting something you don't finish, maybe better not even starting at all, because you break down confidence in the next person who might come to really do the job. This person shows up every time. But every single time his past and present mentees need him. He doesn't just talk the talk, he walks the talk, walks the walk. He's helping his mentees stay focused, motivated, and always moving forward. Now, as an Omaha native, Mr. Jabin Moore has shown an inimitable commitment to mentorship. He's passionate about civic engagement and always seeks to find opportunities to create, to contribute, and to uplift his community. Jabin's experience as a first-generation student helped shape his drive and passion for being the example that youth can follow. His dedication to uplifting others is fueled by his desire to become a resource for his community in bridging the gap between all the inequities that exist. And despite the fact that this mentee is away at school in Colorado, we reached out to him and his mentee had this to say, and I quote, "My mom recognized the void in my life and enrolled me in 100 Black Men of Omaha so that I could see what it meant to be a successful black man. Suddenly, I was surrounded by caring and accomplished adults like my mentor, Jabin. Being around him helped me realize that I could be more. My mentor taught me how to navigate the world as a black man, and my mentor exposed me to the importance of higher education. It was then I was inspired to work harder in school and to dream about a future of endless possibilities. My mentor taught me how to have higher expectations for myself. I started to prioritize school and become determined to succeed no matter how difficult the subject nor the amount of time it would take due to my mentor. I'm extremely grateful," he says, "for how Jabin helped me get to where I am today." Evidenced by the way his mentee, Richard, last year's Mentee of the Year, looks up to him, Jabin is not just a mentor, but also a life role model for so many. Jabin brings the best out of everyone he encounters.
So I first got involved in mentoring during my junior year of college. I had some experience with some peer mentoring and just being able to pour out some of my experiences I saw would help me in just my anxiety with what I was going through currently. And so any opportunity that I could teach someone else or show someone else, that whatever they're going through currently is not the end. I definitely saw it as a good opportunity to just give back. So yeah, being recognized as Mentor of the Year, I think it definitely has helped me to reflect on just everything that I've done in my life up until now, to know that it's definitely hasn't been one experience that has got me here, but it's been, the journey, and then it's been everyone who has spoken into my life over the years. I think as I've been able to do that for my mentee, just standing here in this moment, I feel that from, my community, how they, continue to encourage me, give me the acknowledgement, give me the recognition, to, continue to push me to know that, I'm seen and what I'm doing is not going unnoticed. And so I take that really seriously and proudly, and it definitely feels, I'm definitely honored to receive that recognition. So I think everyone should be a mentor, because you're definitely pouring into the next generation, and I think just knowing the impact that a generation can have, and knowing that it takes more than just one experience, more than a village. It takes intentionality, and it takes that one-on-one time to speak directly into someone's life. And so any opportunity to do that, especially for our young people, it's a great way to just give back and invest into the future. And that's kind of how I take it. It's a way that I can make that investment into the future, and I am expecting a return on that investment to see just all the amazing things that my mentee will do. And I'll know I just played a little part in it, but whatever I can do to pour in, I can go a long way.
It's my privilege to present the the 2024 Thomas W. Dortch Jr. Mentor of the Year Award to Mr. Jaden Moore.
Jamie, congratulations to you. Now please help me welcome Ms. Regina Jean-Pierre to present the 2024 Mentee of the Year Award.
Good evening, beautiful, beautiful people. It's so lovely to be here, and thank you all for showing up. Tonight is a moment of unsurmountable joy for me. As a parent, there's nothing more rewarding than watching your child grow, learn, and thrive. And tonight, as my son receives this Mentee of the Year Award, I am filled with deep, deep happiness and a sense of joy and appreciation that's hard for me to explain. It's not just for his achievements, but for this phenomenal mentoring organization that has made such an incredible impact in his life. Let me first start off by telling you a bit about my son. Have you ever met someone whose very presence fills your heart with joy? That's exactly how I feel every time I see the young man I have the distinct honor and privilege of introducing to you tonight. Tristan Joseph Jean-Pierre has one of the most generous and compassionate hearts I've ever encountered in someone so young. He is always there when you need him, eager to serve and willing to give of himself in every possible way. When I heard that Tristan was receiving this well-deserved award, my excitement was beyond words. I often remind him that his unwavering dedication and service to the community will never go unnoticed. Tonight, that truth becomes even more evident. Tristan is dedicated to serving his church, supporting his neighbors, and uplifting his community. His journey has been deeply shaped by the profound influence of his 100 Black Men of Omaha mentor, Mr. Eric Ewing, who graciously took him under his wing through this remarkable mentoring program. Today, my son stands as a poised and brilliant young man, a testament to the power of mentoring the 100 way. My son often speaks with gratitude about the Saturday Academy, where mentors like Steve Gray and the late Christopher Wiley poured their wisdom and encouragement into the lives of young people. Through their nurturing, he and many others gained invaluable support in subjects like math and English, alongside engaging activities that equip them for lifelong success. Their impact continues to reverberate throughout our shared communities as they send youth into our schools and neighborhoods. And they are ready to excel academically and beyond because of these opportunities. Above all else, Tristan has an unparalleled love for his community, which he goes and he shows through the ways he gives back to others. He goes above and beyond to keep the most vulnerable people in his community safe. For example, Tristan shows he is a careful, loving, and concerning young man when he showed his love for a widow at our church. He helped her. She was a part of our congregation when she lost her husband. and he helped her move a host of heavy objects from her home to a furniture donation site. Tristan's act of service and kindness was ignited by his desire to ensure that she knew that she was not alone. A lot of us need to know that. We're not alone when we're going through trials and troubles and tribulations. He allowed this widow to know that. Additionally, Tristan showed his compassion for others just a few months ago by helping those who survived the horrific storms that ransacked neighborhoods across the metro and surrounding areas. Tristan volunteered his time to help rebuild neighborhoods by removing tree debris. He was often in his North Omaha community helping those that couldn't remove those trees on their own. He also helped in the Elkhorn community after the tornadoes flattened homes in Ramblewood. He is also helping his church with the Presbyterian Disaster Assistance Mission to help with the long-term recovery efforts to restore hope to impacted cities across Nebraska and Iowa. Thank you so much, 100 Black Men of Omaha, for pouring into my family and contributing to the successes of both of my sons, Justice and Tristan. And even my nephew, who Mr. Eric Ewing has mentored over these past several years. Yes, he mentored 3 and is still doing that right now. This organization answered the call and stepped in and became more than just a resource. It became a family. 100 Black Men of Omaha taught my 2 sons that it's not just about academics or professional goals, but it is also about learning resilience when things get tough, developing confidence when life feels uncertain, and realizing that you are capable of more than you ever thought possible. This organization has instilled those values in my sons, Justice and Tristan. And I know it is doing the same for countless other young men across our city. To everyone in this room tonight, I encourage you to continue supporting this work. Whether it's through volunteering, donating, or simply spreading the word, your contributions are changing lives. My son is standing here tonight because of the generosity and commitment of people like you, who believe in the potential of our youth. And to my son, I couldn't be more proud of the young men you're becoming. I love you, and I'm proud of you. And thank you so much for this open door to be able to publicly say that. You've embraced the lessons you've been taught, and you're carrying the torch forward. Keep shining your light, because the future is bright, and you are capable of achieving greatness. I stand before you this evening, pleased and honored to introduce to you my extraordinary son, Tristan Joseph Jean-Pierre. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Tristan Jean-Pierre, and I'm currently a senior at Westview High School. I'm honored and thankful to be named the 100 Black Men of Omaha Mentee of the Year. I want to start by thanking my mother. Thank you for introducing me this evening and for always supporting me. We are truly grateful for you. Next, I'd like to thank the 100 Black men for all you have done to uplift and give me the desire to become a great leader and role model, just like my mentor, Mr. Eric Ewing. My mentor means the world to me, and he makes me feel as if I mean the world to him. Mr. Ewing has encouraged me to strive for greatness in all I do. He has shown me that he was always willing to reach far and wide and to find things for me to do that would lead me towards success. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. My journey with the 100 Black Men began when I started in the 3rd grade. Each Saturday, I spent time with Mr. Stephen Gray, Mr. Paul Franklin, and Mr. Christopher Wiley, working on my math skills. Seeing teachers and educators who looked like me brought me joy and immense pride. As I reflect this evening, I can truly say that this is for my new family and a new outlook on my life. The 100 Black Men not only encouraged me to do my best in school as an elementary school student, but they maintained their connection with me all the way up until this time in high school. It was in high school where I began asserting control over my life. I began to understand I was responsible for my own success, as well as leaning on the tools and resources given to me by my family and by my mentor. Needless to say, high school provided a variety of challenges for me. My freshman year in high school was atypical and was obscured by the COVID-19 pandemic. In a world where meaningful connections were difficult to establish, my mentor ensured that he stayed by my side. In a way, we navigated the complexities of the pandemic together, as he helped me navigate an experience unlike any other our community had ever seen. However, Mr. Ewing showed me how to have a more optimistic view of the situation. It was during my sophomore year when I really understood the opportunity that stood before me. My mentor helped me realize that I was going to be part of the very first graduating class of Westview's history. How many people get to say that? Barely anyone at all, right? I realized that this was more than just making a name for myself and etching my name in the history books. This was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to stand as a leader for those in my community that would follow behind me. Despite my excitement, my junior year presented many more obstacles. My junior year required a higher level of focus and determination than my previous years in school. But unfortunately, I did not have it. There were days that I felt as if I was not going to be able to overcome the challenges I faced. If I'm being honest, I almost didn't make it. Yet my mentor was there to encourage and support me. Through the support of the 100 Black Men, I not only passed all my classes, but I was reminded of my own strength and resilience. The 100 Black Men gave me confidence in my abilities, confidence for life. They taught me to always believe in myself, to not be afraid to ask for help, and to always strive for better. As a 100 Black Men, mediocrity is never acceptable. My mentor always expected me to give my all and strive for excellence. Finally, I reached my senior year. As I reflect on my experiences, I'm reminded of all of the lessons this organization has taught me. The 100 Black Men shaped me into who I am today. The lessons you've shared with me have even motivated me to pay it forward. I now look towards leading and guiding those around me. I'll lean on what has been shown to me by my mentor and the 100 Black Men, and have therefore been enthusiastic to teach and care for others. I hope that my involvement with the 100 Black Men will inspire my fellow mentees to become involved. I don't want anyone to miss out on the wonderful opportunity that has been given through this organization. We must not let these experiences go to waste. This award isn't just for me. It's for all the mentees who have been impacted by this program. It's for the young people who, like me, needed someone to believe in them, to push them, and to show them that they're capable of greatness. I can't express how much this organization has changed my life. So, as I accept this award, I also want to encourage everyone here to support the 100 Black Men as they continue to answer the call and support youth like me. Thank you.
thank you so much for sharing your journey and what 100 Black Men means to you and what this organization has done for you. Mom, what an inspirational introduction and touching introduction you gave to your son. What an impressive and inspiring group of honorees. Can we give them one final round of applause tonight? It certainly has been an honor to be your MC once again. And as we near the close of this exceptional evening, please help me welcome Christopher McCroy, Executive Director of 100 Black Men of Omaha, to the stage.
Good evening, everyone. Oh, y'all gotta talk back to me. Good evening, everyone. It's truly a joy to be before you tonight, and I'm so grateful that all of you have come to celebrate the 100 Black Men of Omaha. I have the last words of tonight, and these are just a few words of thank you. Since 1995, the 100 Black Men of Omaha has been offering culturally sensitive mentoring in our community, and I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to be one of those youth when I was a sophomore in high school. And so tonight is really a full circle moment for me. I'm grateful to serve an organization that has not only invested in the lives of young people today, but have made an indelible impact on my very life. Tonight, I pause to thank you for being here and for all your support. We had a very hefty goal this evening, and I want to thank you all so much for helping us reach closer and closer to our goal. We have raised some significant funds this evening, and I want to thank you so much for investing in our young people. The Men of Honor Gala gives us an opportunity to pause and celebrate the work being done in our community, and I assure you that work will continue for many more years to come. As we prepare to close this evening, I just want to thank a few members. I want to thank our founding members who are in the room tonight. I want to thank Frank Hayes and Gregory Johnson. I want to thank Fred Conley and James Mason for starting this organization. Tonight I want to thank our past board chairman, Tim Clark, Carlos Cozart, John Davis Sr., Johnny Rogers, John Ewing, Mark Foxhall Sr., and our current president, Brian Wilson. Thank you so much for the work that you have done for our organization. And I would be remiss tonight if I didn't acknowledge those brothers whose shoulders I stand on. I'm so thankful for Marcus Bell and for Richard Webb. I'm thankful for James Mason, to Chairman Jones, to our president-elect coming in, Dr. Dorsey, who will step in next year, to every single member of the 100 Black Men of Omaha, thank you for the work that you do to support the youth in our community. And then to our honorary chair for tonight, I've had the opportunity to work with our honorary chair for almost a year now. And when I first met him, I was like, I don't know if I've sold him on the 100 just yet. But then it quickly became evident that he and I both share a very competitive spirit, especially when it comes to making an impact in the lives of our youth. And so I just want to pause and thank you, Jamie Walker, for coming by our side and helping us with this evening's event. Black Men of Omaha, just as we've given awards to our honorees tonight, our chairman will now grab an award that we want to present to you this evening. Won't you come to the stage? I want to also thank our sponsors tonight, our sponsors who you've seen on the screen throughout this evening. I want to thank JetLinks, Union Pacific, the Hyder Family Foundation, CHI Health, who sponsored our pre-gala last evening. And for those who were there, we know we had a great time. And so thank you, CHI. To Charles Drew, to Google, who is here, Carson, NP Dodge, Owen Industries, UNMC, 5 Points Bank, Mutual of Omaha, Hayes and Associates, and Chase Bank. Thank you so much for your generosity and for sharing in this evening's festivities with us. Lastly, last 3 people I want to thank, and Tristan, I'm going to call on you for a favor if you don't mind. There are 3 bouquets of flowers over there, and I have 3 special people I want you to give those to. Although we celebrate tonight the 100 Black Men of Omaha, there are 3 ladies who made this event possible, and I want to thank them. Miss Deborah Woods, who works with the 100. You can take her. And Miss Akita Sparkman, who's here. And the last one is for Miss Shannon Whitty, who helped us on our fundraising side. So if you could take some of those flowers, they're all over here. Thank you so much. Well, brothers and sisters, thank you again for coming this evening. From the bottom of my heart, I'm grateful for each and every one of you. And the last thing I'll share with you tonight is that there is an after party after this function. So if you still have some energy left, or if you still have that last $10,000 check in your pocket you want to give before you leave, please join me down the hallway. We're going to have a great time tonight and celebrate the work of the 100. But again, thank you all for coming and have a great rest of the evening.